Hello. Trading is closed on September 28th, 2022. We always start with our disclaimer, go over our calls, then make some predictions. It's my trading plan for Thursday, the 29th of September, 2022. Please remember I can be completely wrong, and any trade you make should be at your own risk. Well, here's what we said yesterday. We had a buy signal, and that failed. And when it fails big. Now, I had no call specifically for today because I thought a new short could be subject to whipsaw, and for now at least I'm considering today's action a whipsaw. Even if we go higher here, I think the odds are we're going to see much lower prices. This is a pattern with the early high, and tomorrow also has the early high. Typically, this is a bearish pattern, and it tends to close near its low. When the opposite happens, it's positive. It tends to lead to higher prices. Of course, if you gap down, all that positivity goes away. You have to confirm by trading over today's close by 1 cent, and that certainly is possible. The catch is we have a lower MEJT target, 36.5868. And unless we gap up, the rules say that prints most likely by early Friday. So when you have conflicting signals, the commonest thing is to get a gap open. And if we gap up, this is pretty positive action. But if we gap down, positive action doesn't count and the lower target's in play. This afternoon's pattern said this drop was false. Price would retrace. They did. But it also says the morning pattern's false. We're going to retrace to this line, 36.5868. We had the combo buy signal from Tom DeMark. We violated the stop loss. We traded under yesterday's close for confirmation. That should fail big, even if it doesn't fail immediately. Now, if it does fail big, we're within 2 bars of getting a buy signal from his sequential indicator. But so it wouldn't mean you drop forever by his criteria. But still, when these things fail, they should fail big. So far, we haven't recovered enough to make me convinced it won't fail big, even if we go up tomorrow. There are all kinds of counts, and I'm going to go back to the count I had on July 28th. The reason is the next lower target I had when the last one failed was 34.1494, and at that price, there's a good Fib relationship between gray C and gray A. It's pretty much a direct hit. What I also like is magenta C and magenta A have good Fib ratios too. Let's take a look at what's going on here. We counted 5 waves down. It's possible today's whipsaw was just an ABC. If that's C, it's a good Fib ratio with A. Doesn't mean you have to stop here, but if you do stop here, you can explain it. But what really impresses me, if we stop here, is the Fib ratios on the long-term chart. Here's our list of possible targets. 34.1494 is the last one. At that price, you can see a good Fib relationship between green C and green A. But what's interesting is when you compare A of C to A of A, you also have a great Fib ratio. It's right here. And at that price, when you compare C of C to C of A, get the exact price almost to the penny. B waves off by about 14 points. You can't get everything. So you could make a case, if we stop here, that we're going down to 34.1494. The fib ratios are great if we stop right here. Doesn't mean you have to. Other numbers might work too. We had a bunch of other numbers that worked, and the market ignored them. You have a bullish pattern. You have a wall into the close. You can't say you'd be totally shocked if we gapped up over this and went up. It's not impossible. But if we gap down instead, particularly if we gap down smartly, I think 36.58 68's in play, and if we hit that 34.15 target, that's 300 handles south of here, and that would be failing in grand style. We won't know how we open till tomorrow, but the commonest thing is a gap opening, and if it's up, I think this could have some legs, but if it's down, it should be a big drop. Mixed signals rules, here they are. Tomorrow's pattern has a early high. We could still gap down. Signals are mixed. It's bullish. We recovered from a steep overnight drop, closed over recent highs, rejecting for now the break to new lows. Needs to be confirmed at tomorrow's open by trading past today's close where it doesn't count. It's bearish. There's a lower MEJT target. Unless we gap up smartly, the rules call for it to print. Now, we typically leave a failed target or major changes in trend, so I can't say gapping up is impossible. It's entirely possible. Won't know that till tomorrow's open. However, the DeMark combo buy signal violated its stop loss, confirmed the violation. When these signals fail, they tend to fail big, even if they don't fail immediately. There's beautiful wave balance at today's high. If that holds, which we don't know, but if it holds, and especially if we gap down smartly, there is perfect wave balance in the 34.15 cash area. And if we drop there quickly, one could couple the wave count and current sentiment readings and make the case for a major bout. So I don't like to guess what will happen overnight, but the commonest thing is a gap and a prompt move outside the range. We gap up, this is a pretty good recovery. I can't say you won't go higher, even if I think it'll fail eventually. But if we gap down, particularly if we gap down big, this whole recovery gets invalidated. And if we trade under this fast, I think it could be just a straight line drop of 300 points from where we closed today. So tomorrow has the early high. We don't have to gap open, but a strong gap probably telegraphs the next move if it's down. If it's up, I don't know where to say this thing ends. That's today's call.